Are you concerned about potential shortages and price increases that you might see at your local grocery store this summer? Well, I recently did I'm going to call it a strategic shopping trip. And I wanted to share with you my virtual haul here of what I got, because I kind of researched and saw what might be in short supply or much more expensive, and decided to stock up on things now, and I want to share this with you. Don't wait until it's too late. Take control of your food supply now and rest easy knowing you're prepared for whatever's coming this summer. First, let's talk about tomatoes. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but 95% of all the tomatoes in the US used to make processed products come from the state of California. And we've all been hearing in the headlines of the drought they had been experiencing. In addition, from 2015 to 2019, other countries decreased their imports of US tomatoes due to high prices, and that led to reduced crops. According to the president of the California Tomato Growers, we haven't had a good crop since 2018. Wow. And this shortage or price increases could be affected by the rising cost of fertilizer. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, look at your shelves. What do you use with tomato products? You know, here's one of them. It's heavy. Ketchup. Got this, Sam's Club, 3 of them. I mean, most of us use ketchup. So have some excess. Buy it now. Or how about, I don't know about your family, but we love Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Stock up on that. Spaghetti sauce or marinara sauce. All good things to stock up on. And I sometimes do use these Rotel tomatoes. You know, they've got the green chilies in them. I use it when I'm making chili. So stock up on that if you use it too. And how about, it's heavy, tomato sauce, right? Maybe use this when you're making your spaghetti sauce or in recipes. Stock up on it now. Now, if you're like me, you also can tomatoes. And I have a lot of crushed tomatoes on my shelves. I'm running a little low on spaghetti sauce, however. But every summer, I can tomatoes. Now, some of those come from my garden, but I don't generate enough. So I go to the farmer's market and buy some bushels of tomato and can them. Well, I can expect to pay more for those tomatoes this summer because farmers are paying more for help and for fertilizer and other things. So if you have the garden space, increase the number of tomato plants you're growing so you can provide all the tomatoes you need to can yourself. Next is cooking oil. It is also expected to be in shorter supply in coming months. The price of the most widely used vegetable oil, palm oil, has already increased by 50%, and canola oil has gone up by about 55%. Canada, the largest canola grower, had a poor crop last year due to drought and has low reserves, while the ongoing conflict in Ukraine has impacted sunflower seed and oil production in the region. In addition, India's decision to halt exports will impact the availability of palm oil. Oh, got this at Sam's Club, part of my haul. Yep, these are 2 huge canola oils, and they each are 3 quarts. So it's 6 quarts of canola oil. This will probably last us all year. Now, make sure you don't buy too much of vegetable oil for your stock because it really only has a shelf life of about a year. So right now, stock up on what you would use in a year's time. Corn is another thing that might be in shorter supply or more likely cost more. And here are the reasons why. The Midwest produces the majority of the country's corn, and last year saw less corn planted than in 2021. Weather and pests also contribute to decreased production. Corn is used in a wide variety of industries. I mean, look at this. It's used for animal feed, breakfast cereals, sweeteners, ethanol. So a shortage could have far-reaching effects. While it's possible that weather and production will improve this year and break down prices, it's best to be prepared. Now, I like this non-GMO brand of corn, but it's more expensive. I do get it like at Sam's Club or Walmart's, and I bought 3 of these cartons when I went out this week for my grocery haul. But you can buy store brands and it's between 50 and 60 cents a piece, and maybe on sale you'll even get it for less. So now stock up on corn. And you're gonna see price increases with wheat, flour, or bread products this year. You know, during the pandemic, we actually saw empty shelves, right? No flour on the shelves whatsoever. But I don't think we're gonna have that this year, but there might be a spotty supply on the shelves or much higher prices. So what can you do about it? I'd made a video at Thanksgiving time comparing some prices from this year's Thanksgiving to last year's Thanksgiving using Walmart prices, because that was more a store that is countrywide. And you will notice that the gold medal all-purpose flour in 2021 for 5-pound bag was $2.98. 2022, it was $3.83. And Walmart Great Value had it for $1.56 in 2021. But in 2022, it went up to $2.24. And according to the Consumer Price Index, bread has already increased by 15.7% in the past year, while cereal and bakery products have gone up to about 16.4%. And flour and prepared flour mixes have seen a 24.9% increase. Now, while flour has increased in price, it's still a great idea to make your own bread. There are so many recipes out there, and there are even no-knead recipes. So yeah, you don't have to do that. So research it, start making your own bread, and you will save money. But if you want to save money even further, I bought 10 of these containers. They each have 24 pounds in them. And you know what they're full of? They're full of hard wheat berries. Now, I have a mill, so I can actually grind my own flour. It's really, really easy to do. But you can also use these wheat berries for making so many different things. In fact, I have a video on it. So this would be great to get. But let me tell you what happened with prices with this. So in February of 2021, I bought 10 of those 24-pound canisters, which gave me 2,040 pounds, and I only paid $185.80. That's right, only $18.58 a piece. Now that was a special buy even then, but now those same containers are selling for over $40 a piece. So, always a good idea to keep looking for sales and stock up. Now, if your family eats a lot of cereal, look for sales. There's always special ones with coupons, right? Just check and make sure how much is in a box, because it seems like boxes got larger, but contents got smaller, right? But I got these 2 boxes of Cheerios, and if you don't open them, they will keep on your shelf for a year. Now, one other thing that I've noticed that has went up really high in price, but not necessarily a shortage, is, you guessed it, eggs. That's right. And I'm sure you're seeing it where you live too. I mean, very often they're over $5 a dozen. Now, what can you do about that? Well, you could have your own chickens like I do, but I have to admit, I'm not sure how much I save by having my own chickens, because, you know, I had to build the coop, I had the run, I have to get the feed, everything, but I do know what I'm feeding those chickens, and these eggs are absolutely delicious. Their yolk is so bright orange. But your second best bet is have a family member or a neighbor that has eggs, and you might get a special price, or in my case, I give them away free to my kids because I have too many eggs for what my husband and I can eat. Next up, butter. Again, in that same price comparison I did, Walmart's brand of 1 pound of butter increased from $2.98 to $4.48. Wow. Now, it didn't affect me as much, and let me show you why. Yeah, I have a whole freezer drawer full of butter frozen. Now, if you look online, they say, oh, you can freeze it for about 4 months without the taste deteriorating. I have not found the taste deteriorates at all, and if you can find a sale on butter, that's a great way to extend the shelf life. Oranges might also be in shorter supply because of a disease called citrus greening that has been affecting crops, and then also because of the damage done by Hurricane Ian. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the orange crop in Florida is predicted to shrink by 51% in the 2022 to 2023 growing season, which is the lowest output since 1936 to 1937. So if your family is big on orange juice, which my family isn't, right now you might want to stock up on frozen orange juice, or what I keep just in case the grandkids come and they want something, I give them some Tang. If it was good enough for the astronauts, it's good enough for me. There is an ongoing shortage of aluminum, and that affects making cans, and that affects what you can buy on the store that is usually in can format. One of the things that's been hit particularly hard is pet food. Now, if you watch my channel for any time, you've seen my cat Xander, and I always make sure that we have plenty of pet food for my 2 cats. My husband's cat's name is Cherry. I stock up on both wet food and dry food, but that wet food is in aluminum cans. So, and the prices went up quite a bit on each can. So make sure you have a stock, at least 3 months supply for your pets. And again, watch for sales. I'm sure you're aware that beef prices have skyrocketed. And again, drought in Texas this time, not California, has caused a lot of the problem, and higher feed costs. So what can you do about that? Well, I guess you could become a vegetarian, but if you don't want to become a vegetarian, then I suggest some savvy shopping. Our local grocery store has a little area where they put, meat is put there that is just before the best sell date, so maybe a day before. So I go there, I grab up a lot of the steaks and the roasts and whatever else in the beef area, and then I vacuum pack it. Still keep it in a regular container if I can, because then it tells me exactly about it, how many pounds and that type of thing. So I vacuum pack it and then I put it in my freezer. And then I can have it this year or next. And I'm not paying ridiculous prices. So I suggest you do that. Maybe you have an area farmer that you can buy in bulk from. That's a great solution too. But beef prices have gotten absolutely ridiculous. The last one I'm going to talk about is champagne. And you know what? I could care less. I think champagne tastes like bubbly, watered down vinegar. I've had an over $100 bottle of champagne before 20 years ago, and I still didn't like it, okay? Not for me. But if it is for you, you have to understand that, again, the growing areas have been affected by drought and bad weather, and the Trade Association did something like a 25% reduction cap. I don't completely understand it. Anyway, expect to pay more for champagne. So what do we do to get around it? Well, my family likes St. Julian sparkling grape juice. Tastes much better than Welch's, and it's actually made from grapes grown right in West Michigan area. And the home of St. Julian is in a little tiny town in Michigan called Paw Paw, Michigan. But this is what we have with all our feasts. This is what the kids like. And I don't know, what is it, about $3.50 a bottle? So much more reasonable than champagne. I hope you have found this information useful and it helps you be better prepared for potential shortages and price increases. Remember, it's always better to be proactive. Take control of your food supply now rather than wait when it could be too late, or you're going to end up spending a lot more money. Now, I talked a little bit about those wheat berries. They're a pretty fantastic thing, and a lot of people aren't aware of all the things you can make with them. So stay tuned. I have a video right here, and I think you will find it very interesting. But as always, please hit that like button if you like it. I hope you subscribe, where I offer a lot of preparedness and cooking and canning videos so I can help you be prepared for whatever the world throws at you. As always, share the knowledge. Thank you.